Since I moved to Sweden, I've been hearing Africa poor, Africa poor, Africa poor. How is it that a nation that lives under credit is calling Africa poor? Don't bash me, I'm gonna give you an example, okay? In Uganda, if you see someone walking around with an iPhone 12, they paid cash for it. If you see someone having a house, they built it cash. If you see someone driving a car, it's cash. Because in the world where I come from, if you don't have the money, then you can't buy. We don't have credit.
African leaders, especially the black African leaders, have succeeded in using poverty, hunger and starvation, ignorance, poor quality of education to ensure that they mesmerize the brains of their African citizens, so that they will glorify poverty, so that they will glorify the things they are suffering to get. They will glorify their suffering and feel like they are living a life, and not realizing that they are actually suffering in the hands of their leaders. You understand? I don't want to go into too much details, trying to compare Uganda and maybe Sweden, but let's just go straight to the point. You understand? See the houses they are building in Uganda cash, or the houses they are buying cash in Uganda. See the houses. Can you see the houses? Yeah, these are the houses she's bragging with. These are the houses that they own in Uganda, and they will brag that they build or they buy their houses in cash. See the houses. You see how the people are looking malnourished, hungry, poor, uneducated, sick. You see the houses, you see the people. Now see the cars. She's saying that they are buying cars cash. See the cars, motorcycles. This is the only means of transportation in their entire country. You understand? This is what everybody dreams to own in Uganda, and most of them driving it can't even afford it. They are all driving it based on hire purchase. These are their cars. Before you would see a 2010 model of a car in that country, you will first see like 10 virgins in Lagos. You understand? As in African leaders have used poverty, ignorance, as in a suffering, to destroy the mindsets of Africans. You understand? They just feel like suffering, it's just a normal way of life. You understand? This person saying this now, you are in a country where they produce their own cars. They have the money to build the factories. They have the money to buy the resources to build cars, produce brand new cars, and they buy it. Those who can't afford to buy it, government makes sure that at least they can get loan to buy it and be paying small. You understand? The same thing with houses. Everything there, it's modern, standard, no hunger, no starvation, no, nothing. You can't even, I don't even know where to start from. And now you are now saying that those people cannot afford to buy their own cars and houses, but it's you. Uganda, I don't even know where to place the country, if it's third world country or 15th world country, because it's not even in the list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 countries. You understand? It's like 10th or 11th or 15th world country. That's where you classify, because their own hunger and starvation is too much. It's you now in that country who can now afford to buy the car cash. The people that have everything to make the car, pay workers, thousands of workers, can't afford to buy it cash. It's you. That hunger and starvation is killing, and you had to run away to that same Sweden. And if they offer you money to come back now, you will not come back. Only God knows how many years you have been praying and fasting for you to get the visa to travel to where you have traveled to. You understand? There is no single person from Sweden who is in Uganda trying to survive. But if they bring aeroplane now and tell all Ugandans to hop in, and they are going to Sweden, all of them will hop in, because hunger and starvation is killing all of them, at least 99.9% of them. You understand? Africans think that Western countries who made it possible for their people working to be able to own any kind of car or be able to own any kind of house and be paying in installments, they think that they don't have sense. But in the same Africa, they are borrowing money to eat. In Africa, you cannot borrow money to buy a brand new car or buy a house. In Uganda, they are borrowing money just to eat. Many of them can't afford to pay back the MTN they have borrowed money from, the Airtel they have borrowed money from, because it's their mobile money. That's what they use. If you check Google now and know the number of Ugandans owing MTN, Airtel, and other mobile monies in that country, you will be shocked. You understand? And what did they borrow the money for? Just to eat, because there is hunger, there is poverty, there is starvation. You understand? That's what they are borrowing for. In Sweden, they are borrowing to buy brand new cars, buy new houses. But here, you are borrowing to just feed. And you're there making mouth. You understand? If they tell you to come back now, you start crying. See, I will always say it. Nigerians, Ugandans, these black African nations, they have been subjected to too much poverty, too much hunger, too much suffering, that it has mesmerized their brains. You understand? As in, the slavery has been long overdue. They need freedom from their leaders, and that's why they are always thinking like this, because the kind of suffering and hunger and starvation they have been subjected to, you can't, it's unfathomable. Sure, you understand? In Uganda, you buy your house cash, you buy your motor cash, see the houses, see the cars, you buy iPhone cash. How many iPhone 17 Pro Max that just came out sold in Uganda? Use Google and find out how many in Uganda they bought. You buy a cash, you buy people that can't even remove a sitting president for the past 50 years are talking. People that hunger and starvation have killed their citizens, they are talking. The thing is, Africans are beginning to see poverty, hunger, and starvation as way of life. They are now beginning to brag with it. They now have pride. You understand? See, bragging will not help us. You understand? Living in ignorance will not help us. Africans, we are suffering, especially the black African nations, Nigeria, Uganda, and the rest of other black African nations. The poverty, the hunger, the suffering is extremely on the high. Nigeria, for example, Uganda, yours is even worse. So if you like, if you're doing all this bragging, we are extremely hungry, poor, and suffering. That's just the fact. Stop going abroad and start bragging. The Western world have made their life easier, and that's why we are running there. And you will still run there and you start feeling as if it's better where you're coming from. Whereas it's the same hunger and poverty that chased you away, you understand, in the first place. So let's stop all this.